I served as a community college CEO for over 20 years. Started my career as a faculty member teaching sociology at a historically black college in Jarvis Christian College in Texas, and then came to California where I started teaching sociology as an instructor, professor at Riverside Community College. Eventually moved into management and became a community college superintendent president in 1988 and served as a CEO for the next 20 years. I retired in 2008 as chancellor of the West Valley Mission. I firmly believe that I really understand the role of trustees. Trustees are there to provide direction, they're there to provide evaluation of the chancellor, and to assure that the college is meeting its goals, and to assure what I think, which is most important, student success. So I believe that my experience as a community college president, reporting to a governing board for 19 years, have prepared me for this role in the Maricopa Community College District. I also learned that Maricopa doesn't receive any state funding from the state of Arizona, which is very sad. And I think one of the roles that trustees can play, working collaboratively with all 7 trustees and the trustees throughout the state, especially from PEMA, and working with the state legislature, working with the governor to bring back funding to the community colleges here in Maricopa. So I believe I have the skill sets, I believe I have the knowledge, and I'm prepared to assume this role as the next trustee representing District 4. Maricopa has had nationally an outstanding reputation as a community college district. We've had teams that have come over here because of the reputation of the Maricopa Community College District. So first of all, if I had a vision, my vision is that Maricopa would be the best community college in the United States, the best community college system in the nation, and the best community college system in the world. The governing board, there are some concerns. I attended one board meeting where the board made a decision to eliminate the faculty's meet and confer. My concern, if I was a trustee, if I had concerns about the meet and confer, I would have directed or asked the trustees as a group to direct the chancellor to meet with the faculty to address those concerns that we had as a board. So I think those things are important. The other one was the elimination of football. After the 2018 season at the 4 colleges that offer football. That's going to have a significant impact on students and especially young men and what's going to happen to their transition. So I think when you take a look at some of the recent decisions that the board have made, now, not being a board member, not being on the board, not receiving all the data and information, I cannot be too critical. But I think what's important is that we constantly focus on student success, and the impact of elimination of football will have an impact on student success and how that will impact a certain segment of the college's population, as well as meet and confer and what has happened to the morale. I think morale is extremely important within any organization, and to maintain that is extremely critical in terms of delivery of quality education. And so the board plays a significant role in assuring of high quality morale, assuring of student success, and assuring that funding is adequate to meet the needs of the colleges. As I mentioned earlier in my statement that Maricopa has had a stellar reputation in the United States in terms of community colleges. And when we talk about a vision, we're talking about a state that will never achieve, and you're constantly achieving greatness. So one would be to further work with the state legislature to return funding to the community colleges. I bet if we take a look at the decrease in funding from the state, I bet there's a correlation with increase in property taxes, increase in student tuition. Now, the board is to be commended at his last board meeting, reducing student tuition by $1. They're to be commended to providing a stipend to the faculty. They're to be commended to providing a raise to the adjunct faculty. So those things are to be commended. But when we look at the total picture, is, are we striving to be the best community college in the district, and the role that trustees should be able to play to assure that, and to hold the chancellor and others accountable to make us move into that direction as being the best community college in the world. You know, the faculty play a central role. All employees play an essential role in community colleges. Your support staff, for example, usually the first person that comes in contact with a student is a support staff person, so that's essential. Your faculty play an incredible role in terms of the instruction that is delivered to our students. They play an incredible role in assuring success of our students, and they should play an incredible role in the governance of the organization. All staff should be able to participate in governance of the institution. I'm not in the classroom. The faculty are in the classroom. So we have to pay a significant importance on the role of faculty in the delivery of education, but that doesn't mean we don't play that same important role to the support staff that supports the faculty. It's kind of like at one time I was asked a question and I said, the support staff is the blood that keeps the organization running. They're the ones who open up the door, they're the ones who clean the room, and the faculty are the ones who deliver our education for us. And they should play a significant role and a major role in governance and decision making within the organization. You know, student success could mean a lot of things to a lot of different folks in terms of what is it that the student desires. We could talk about the student's desire for continuing education. We could talk about the student's desire for learning of new work skills. We could talk about the student's desire for personal growth. So a college needs to provide the avenues for students to achieve their desired goals of success. We need to have, for example, students who come who are not prepared for college. We need to have developmental education that would help that student move along. We need to have what I like to call a seamless transition from high school to community college to the university system. What Maricopa is doing in terms of the pathways could be a way of looking at that. So we need to talk about how we're going to help students achieve the goals that the students come to us with. And those who come to us not prepared, we need to have the programs and courses that's going to help them prepare and then transition on to the four-year school. Now, after we do those things, we have to measure our student outcome. And how do we measure our student outcome? We may want to talk about retention. We may want to talk about persistence. We want to talk about educational attainment, academic achievement, student advancement. All of those things need to be reviewed annually to see how we're moving forward in terms of our student success. Now, what would I recommend at the board's level? I've just taken a look today at the board agenda. And as you look at the board agenda, it has on the board agenda for its board item, recommendation and justification. Okay, listen to that. Recommendation and justification. So the recommendation tends to spell out what the staff is asking the board to do. Justification spells out why. What's missing? What's missing, there should be a statement or a character part in here that talks about student success. If I was a board member and the chancellor brought a recommendation to me, I would ask the chancellor, if I approve this recommendation, how is this recommendation going to improve student success? Now, by doing that, we're now putting a greater emphasis on staff, a greater emphasis on the board to recognize every decision that the board makes has to improve student success, and the staff have to be able to explain to me why they're asking me to approve this motion and how it's impacting student success. So it takes looking at meeting the students' needs, evaluating the progress the students make, and then assuring that the board recognize what they're doing at the board table impacts student success.